Have you ever had anybody do that to you? Like, and you totally know it's happening, right? Like, you know that someone's trying to take a picture of you.
I feel like people have asked me, but if they have, I haven't noticed. Have they
Yeah,
for
there's
you?
sometimes that as soon as I think that it's happening, it's probably not happening, and then I get wildly embarrassed for even having it cross my mind.
There is a very notable cameo, sort of right off the bat in the series,
Yes.
and I'm hopefully not spoiling too much, but it's Lisa Rinna.
Yep.
Do you have any insight into how that sort of came together, and were you there on that day?
I was there that day. Of course, I ran right up to her. But first, the cinematographer, Michelle, and I took photos with her in the background because we were too kind of nervous to go over, which was really wild to just kind of stand in front of her with her behind us. And then we decided, you know what, we're grown women. We can go over and say hello. And so we did. And so it was very thrilling to have her there. Playing herself from
And she's awesome at it.
she's so gorgeous and looks so similar to how she
She's
did
very
before.
funny.
So she's playing herself in the past, and who better to play her than her? Because she looks so
I
good.
know. And I love that you were doing like what Paul and Will do later in the show too, which is like taking pictures with people in the background.
Literally the
Raul
same thing. I was
Julia.
just like backing over into her. Then I'm like, all right, this is strange.
Have you ever had anybody do that to you? Like, and you totally know it's happening, right? Like, you know that someone's trying to take a picture of you.
I feel like people have asked me, but if they have, I haven't noticed. Have they
Yeah,
for
there's
you?
sometimes that as soon as I think that it's happening, it's probably not happening, and then I get wildly embarrassed for even having it cross my mind.
Yeah.
So, Catherine, Phyllis is Marty's sister, and she sort of struggles while Marty sort of seemingly thrives. Do you think that's because of her status as sort of like the second child, like in second in multiple terms in the family, or why do you think she sort of needs a hand?
I think that she struggles because she sees that the help that she's kind of led him towards is maybe not the right path. And I think she sees that maybe in this iteration that Georgia has written, that maybe ethically it's not the rightest path, that he's kind of disappearing from her in ways that she's not really on board with, and it doesn't really feel, something feels off, and something doesn't feel right, and it doesn't feel like the help that he needs. It feels like something else that she can't quite put her finger on, but it doesn't feel right.
She's also coming into the situation sort of in a bad place personally. Like she's coming
Yeah.
out of kind of a shitty relationship
Yeah, that poor
and
family.
yeah, has been struggling with some businesses. Being a single mom, man, it would be real tough. Like
To be a
watching all of that.
single mom, parents both dead, dad leaves the business to the big brother and puts all the family trust under his name. So she has to go to her big brother to ask for money. Like I was like I had a rage virus when I heard that. I was like, she can't even have access to her own money without going through Big Brother. Now that was back then, yada yada. But it still was like, what a source. Like that's intense. And thank God they had such a good relationship. But then once he could kind of, with his, influence by Ike, keep that away from her, which was rightfully hers. Oh bueno. It's no
Yeah.
good.
Not just the money, but like everything else that the parents had left there. Do you know what I mean? Like all the jewelry, all the house, all of it just
The
all goes to
jewelry,
him. And
the house,
he's,
the everything, the coins that I guess the dad collected, all of it. He had
So
so
sad.
many watches
A lot of watches.
and so many jewels,
Yeah.
so many
In the
necklaces.
house.
And I was like, why would you keep the necklaces?
another thing that we know about Phyllis is that she loves Falcon Crest,
Yeah.
which I remember from growing up, and it's such like a perfect reference. What do
It
you
is.
remember about Falcon Crest?
All I see when I see Falcon Crest is just like a hare just walking around, like like a lot of hair and feathers walking around. I can't even really remember the actress's name now because my it's a memory play. What was her name? The main actress. Okay. But you know what I mean. I see the hair and I can't see the face.
Um, Speaking of hair, obviously Casey Bonnie goes through a lot of looks
A lot of big
in the
changes.
show. And she
She's
also
trying
seems
to
to
keep
know that
her
Ike maybe
money.
isn't making all of this money on his own, or that like this is Marty's house, like it's not our house. But she goes along with all of it. Like, why do you think she just goes along?
Well, I think we don't really know in real life, but I think from based on what George has created and what we talked about with Michael Showalter initially is that she thinks her husband is just the bee's knees, really. She thinks he's just kind of a god in the beginning in the same way Marty does. And so I think it's easier to go along with Ike than to stand up to him. And I think the Ike in this version can be vindictive and angry. And I think she also just wants to not rock the boat with him because he's so much more pleasant when he's happy. And she just lives for him to be happy.
Yeah, I mean, having twins myself, there was also the part where he's arguing with her about staying home alone or with the
Oh
twins,
my
and it's
God.
like,
That was a
oh
horror
no, he's a
scene.
piece of shit. Like, that's
Pardon?
really when you know.
Yes, yeah. That was easy to access.
Turning point.
See, a real turning point.
There's also like having the kids, like you don't want to rock the boat too much because like look at Phyllis, like with these 3 kids on her own, like having twin babies on your own would be a shit show. So
No,
just
no,
go
no.
on to get
Single
on.
mothers, heroic.
This doctor's a little unconventional.
He's a miracle worker,
What is he doing here?
helping us. What do you think?
So much fun.
Is that allowed?
Well, I did the work, didn't I?